7 stories from Republic of South Africa make up our Events Roundup for this week, while in our future, we share what a participant from South Africa has gone through and how has helped them survive it. And in his Just My Opinion segment, guider Emil San Juan provides his feedback on the new rating system for guiders. All this in just a moment. To all our viewers around the world, this is MNC, your Mavro News channel.
So basically, Sergeant Mavrodi had a purpose to create a fair financial system and a fair financial order and do away with this unjust financial system. So do not take for granted Sergeant Mavrodi's dream and goal, and dream along with him so that all of us as a community will succeed.
That was just one of the positive messages that Guider Sibusiso Zikalala gave his audience during an offline presentation at the Kwazimba Community Hall in KwaZulu-Natal on January 29 of this year.
We mutual community of mutual aid, which is no
South Africa is still alive. It's another of the strong points he raised in his talk. He discouraged them from listening too much on what the media has to say about He said that they are working together with government in sowing misleading information and confusion regarding the community. Instead, he encouraged them to read and understand deeply the ideology of Guider Sibusiso also made an appeal to everyone to be a partner in spreading the word about the wonderful opportunities provides. He told them that with the population of South Africa, it can be very much moved to at least the 5th spot in terms of membership. All throughout the talk, Guider Sibusiso infused positive messages as he showed them how the community works. He also did not mince words in telling them about the possible negative scenarios they may experience in the community. For him, giving them this balanced outlook outright will be of big help in making an educated decision whether to join the community or not. One of the guiders' main responsibility is to continuously spread the word on the ideology of and this thought was the driving force for guider Mfikiseni Alson Koza as he organized an offline presentation on February 2, 2017 at the Ferry Hall for the people of Soweto. It went on smoothly as he discussed to them the history of the community, its ideology and founder, and the many benefits it offers to members. His passion for showed though at the latter part of the program where he entertained questions. Many important points were raised and Guider Mfikiseni was ready to provide detailed replies. In driving important messages across, he would raise his voice a bit for emphasis while using his hands to make gestures, but to never forget to infuse some jokes that elicited smiles from his guests. The event extended a bit from what was scheduled, but the attendees never complained. They were even thankful for the knowledge about that Guider Mfikiseni shared passionately. A salon is where people normally go to get a beauty service. But for a guider of in South Africa, it could also be a venue to spread as what Guider Sibunisu Seli did on the 4th of February this year at the Salon Weisley in Edendale, Pietermaritzburg. He next spoke about the beginnings of and what its ideology is. Guider Sibunisu told his guests that through Sergey Mavrodi envisioned to break the current unfair financial system by creating a platform wherein the members are the one determining its direction. Next up were the more technical side of MMM, like registration, Mavro growth, and the personal office. He also showed them how to provide help and get help processes work by logging to his account and doing a demo. After discussing the benefits, he followed it with talk about the risks involved in doing MM and rules for safe participation. As about the choice of venue, Guider Simbuniso said that it really does not matter to him where he conducts an offline event. What is important is that he is able to spread the news about the community to as many people as possible. Guider Wasim Omar is a 100 plus guider from South Africa who have already featured several times in our past editions. On February 5 of this year, he was again out in Turncroft, Durban to deliver another talk about MMM. A fan of keeping things short and simple, he finished his presentation in less than 15 minutes. This does not mean, though, that he did not discuss anything at all. He was still able to touch on important topics about MMM, from its history and ideology to the benefits it offers. He was even able to include the rules for safe participation and the risks involved. For Guider Wasim, each person's time is precious, so he does not want to prolong their stay with a very long presentation. He added that the other things he opted not to include in his discussion were either on the website already or are better discussed when they are already members. And for those wanting to join and make donations, this is what he wanted to remind them of.
In Tupulam, you definitely don't make any contracts or any pledges. You don't have to put something out first. All you do is with a small PH, with your spare monies, please, with your spare money, guys, you just donate whatever spare monies you want to save or you want to earn on, and from there you can take it forward.
Guiders from South Africa continue to work hard so they can contribute in sharing the news about the MMM community, its ideology, and how the system works. One such guider heeding the call is Guider Pumzili Erica Honglangwane, who had her offline event last February 9, 2017 at the Dududu JP School in KwaZulu-Natal. On that day, Guider Erica had an audience of about 2,000 people who already heard about but wanted to know more before they decide whether to join or not. She explicitly narrated the ideology to them, leaving no stone unturned and putting emphasis on the risks. She added that does not provide any guarantees because members are aware that what they are willingly giving are donations. As a precaution, she told her audience to be aware of the rules in safe participation and the risks involved in joining the community. She added that they should never treat as a get-rich-quick scheme and that if they are still having doubts about the system, then they must only donate using amounts that they can afford to lose without hard feelings. Questions arose along the way, and Guider Erica was on her toes to answer them as truthfully as possible. She made sure that she was equipped with all the knowledge so her guests would have all the necessary information that would help them decide whether to join the MMM community or not. She also committed to do as many presentations as possible as she believed that they play a vital role in the growth of MMM. 2 days later, on February 11 of this year, Guider Intotoku Zondi was another guider who joined a group of active leaders who want to introduce MMM to as many people as possible in South Africa. He held his presentation at the Ashdown Municipal Hall in Pietermaritzburg, where he had about half a dozen people in attendance.
Not an intro again, right?
He had a couple of old members who have old Frozen Mavros as guests, and during the talk, he encouraged them to revisit the ideology and start making donations again so they can help the system to stabilize. He expressed sympathy to those who had large amount of old Mavros frozen and pointed out it may have hurt because they may have forgotten to heed the reminder given to them already, that of only donating only using spare amounts they can ignore when lost. He explicitly reiterated that for by starting with new donations and inviting more people into the community, Guider Intotuku also reminded the attendees the importance of fully understanding the ideology as it took them through it. He shared that if they understand the ideology better, then it will be easy to deal with situations like frozen Mavros or restarts. Our last featured story for our Events Roundup this week happened on February 17 of this year at Quang Colosi in KwaZulu-Natal under the leadership of Guider Lungeli Bengu. She began her presentation by showing what position South Africa was in the world in terms of registered participants. She echoed the goals of other guiders when she encouraged guests to invite more people so that MMM South Africa can move from position 5 to the top spot. When she demonstrated to her guests how to register for free for an account, she explained that for one to be a member of MMM, one needed a valid bank account and email address. She also highlighted benefits one receives from participating in Lotto and being a guider. She encouraged those who want to enjoy more benefits to devote their time and efforts to complete the online schooling for guiders. She was quick to remind them, though, that as a guider, they should treat the guider bonus not as entitlement due to them, but as a reward for working hard to ensure that their downlines have the best experiences in MMM. She also added in her discussion about the rules for safe participation and the risk of post mode and restart. Guider Lungile further reminded each of her guests that these things can be mitigated if they understand by heart MMM's ideology and heed the caution of only using their extra funds to make donations. Normally, videos of happiness or a testimony about MMM revolve around how they started, how much was donated, and how much they got back when they got a donation. But on the eve of Valentine's Day this year, 1K guider Caroline Nomsa from MMM South Africa posted a heartfelt video thanking MMM for helping her and her family from surviving a crisis that would have left them homeless and living on the streets.
My name is Caroline Mteta. I'm a 1K plus guider from Mpumalanga in Emalahleni.
On the first part of the video, she recalled how around the last quarter of the year 2016, they received an eviction letter from a bank telling them that the house she is living in with her family will be repossessed if they fail to pay the 130,000 rands that they owned the bank. Turning to the community for assistance, she asked South Africa coordinators Andrew and Gary for help and was able to get the aid they badly needed. At the time she posted the video, her family already paid up the bank and was just waiting for the house title. Here is a portion of her message.
If it was not because of M, that house should have been sold by now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to all the participants that assisted us, to everyone that made an effort. And thank you so much to M. We didn't lose hope. Regardless of the restart of the old marvels, M is still the same. M has saved our lives. M has changed our lives, so as everyone else's lives. So all I would like to say is thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. Let's keep on doing the great thing that we do through M. Before restart, let's keep on recruiting. Let's keep on teaching people. Let's keep on preaching. Let's keep on helping one another. As together we change the world. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Hi everyone, how are you doing today? It's another great week again. My name is Emil and welcome to Just My Opinion. This week we got a very exciting topic to tackle on, and it's about the recently announced Guiders Performance System. Last April 17, it was announced in our PO that there will be a new system that will help the participants to evaluate the performance of their guiders. Of course, there are mixed reactions from all concerned participants. Some are happy and some feels the opposite way. Now, let me share what I think about this new system of performance rating. First and foremost, the purpose of this implementation is explained together with the announcement. It aims to increase the quality of participants being promoted as a guider, thus helping the community to develop faster. Now, why some people are disappointed by the announcement? It's because MMM will filter out those non-performing guiders, those who ignore the participants on their structure, and those who don't commit in developing their teams will be demoted back to being a participant. Their status as a guider will be removed together with the bonuses. Now, speaking of bonuses, we knew that some guiders only took their position because they want to get additional bonuses from the hard work of their team. They are not really interested in building and maintaining their structure. So I think MMM is just being fair on this matter. In fact, if I will be asked, this system of rating should have been implemented long ago. Not only it will make MMM better, but it will give a chance for the people who really deserves to be awarded for their leadership. So, for those who really want to take their guider position into a more serious level, now is the time. The higher rating you get from your participants, the better you get, or the better rewards you get from our community. Now, this doesn't mean that you really need to put a lot of hard work to maintain your guider status. What you need here is proper communication with the participants on your structure so that you can address their concerns. This also means teaching them to become responsible participants of our community. Now, for their participants, if ever you get the opportunity to rate your guiders, please do it in the most honest way possible. Rate them according to their function as a guider, and please, if ever you have personal grievances with your guider, don't include that when you are making your performance evaluation. Your personal conflict has nothing to do with your guider's rating, so please be fair. That's it for this week. I hope to see you again next week. Send us your suggested topic if you have one in mind, and we might feature that in our incoming episodes. This is Emil saying, always remember that everything that I said in this video is just my opinion. Have a great day, guys, and bye-bye.
Another edition has ended for MNC. To those who have worked hard to advance our communities, visions, and have been source of our stories, thank you so much. May you keep up the good work despite some setbacks. Again, I am Mark, and always remember, together we change the world.